often talk about saturating the market, being everywhere, all at once, omnipresence when I talk to my clients. And this is especially useful when I'm talking to my law firms, my legal clients or prospects, when we're talking about how to approach the idea of marketing their business. And they understand this intrinsically because that's what they've been indoctrinated with. And that, frankly, that's how we as consumers see every single day. We look outside, we drive anywhere, we go anywhere. There is perpetually marketing and advertising for law firms. Now, that's great. And that's something that I help my clients with. It's something I specialize in. However, there is another group of clients that I'm working with now that don't see the value in that or don't think they see the value in that. I actually had someone I was talking to recently that shared with me, and she's a smaller, she's actually a law firm, but she's a smaller practice, one person. I think she has one assistant. It's herself and one assistant. And she says to me, I see this particular, I don't know if he's a competitor, but she sees this other individual in the marketplace, and I see him everywhere. It's kind of annoying. I can't stand it. It's too much. And it made me smile because, of course, I'm nodding my head like that's kind of the point. She says he's on Instagram, he's this, he's there, he's sharing this, he's sharing all types of things everywhere. And I let her finish because obviously this is her experience and it's valid. But then I said to her, you have to understand that if you really want to stand out and be selected, you have to be everywhere. And you have to be willing to be annoying, obnoxious, even to some people, especially if they're not in the market for that message. And this is true for whatever you're marketing. If I consistently see, let's imagine a brand that's talking about breastfeeding, and I see her all over the place on my feed, everywhere, advertising, maybe are advertising terribly, but maybe not. Maybe she knows that in the near future I might be a dad, right? But let's imagine that I see this over and over again, and I don't breastfeed. I don't have a child in my home, and I see her everywhere talking about this. I'm going to find that incredibly obnoxious. I'm going to be annoyed by it. But the truth is, for people that are in the market, if that's what we're trying to do, we're trying to target people in the market, that message is going to resonate with me, because if he's doing a good job, this individual, or you as a brand and a law firm or business owner, if you're doing your job, every single piece of content is addressing an objection in that client's mind, in that prospect's mind. Are you tired of burning through your marketing budget faster than you can say ROI? Posting on social media, crickets. Running ads, more crickets. Watching your marketing strategy flop like a fish out of water while you quietly sob into your coffee. Fear not, this episode of the Teevee Show podcast is brought to you by, well, me. Teevee the Marketer, founder of Rockstar.marketing, here to stop the madness. We take your marketing dollars and actually make them do something, like work. Want video content and ads that'll stop your audience from scrolling faster than they stop for a baby panda video? Yeah, we do that. So, if you're done setting your marketing dollars on fire, visit www.rockstar.marketing and let's turn those crickets into cash. Now, you as an attorney, her, for example, going back to her, or myself as a male who doesn't have a child and is not breastfeeding, we're going to continue scrolling. Then obviously we're going to be turned off and the message is not going to hit the same. However, you have to be willing to do that. And I said to her that at the end of the day, he's doing his job. Whoever is working with him is doing their job. And the trick with marketing, and I said to her, even at a small scale, which is what we're going to do with her, is we're still going to repeat the message over and over again. We're going to put marketing messages in front of her target audience again and again and again at a much smaller scale, with the idea being the same. And you have to be willing to be a little obnoxious. And I use the example of a couple of law firms here in Dallas that are doing it at scale. I don't particularly find myself ever using them, but I tell you what, if the moment comes up, I'll probably remember the Texas Hammer or the guy who's won $1 billion for his clients. He is everywhere. It's him specifically. He came in out of nowhere and he put money into this area and this market and is everywhere. But it works. It works because branding, repetition, and marketing, frankly, if I had to sum it up in one word, that's this dirty secret of marketing, is the repetition. One message, one time is not going to be enough. They maybe just meet you in that first time that you present that video to them, or that post that you may have written. You might be one time, but if that's all you're counting on, then you need more at-bats, frankly. And the best way to do that is through marketing, is through advertising and the repetition. That is the dirty secret of marketing, because if you see it over and over again, it seems a little more believable that you might actually be able to solve their problem. And I would like to think that with the people that I work with, that's exactly what we're doing. We're solving their problems. And at the end of the day, you have to be willing to be a little obnoxious and a little annoying. But remember this, to your target audience, it's going to be perfect. You can be answering all their questions, and when they're ready, they're going to call you or DM you or send you a carrier pigeon asking you to please help them with their problem. So don't be scared. Get out there, whether small, big, or massive. Do it. And if you need personal help, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Teevee the Marketer, and you've just been informed. Bye.